Hello and welcome to this PDI platform tutorial where we're going to walk through the recent changes we've made to the program. We'll cover all the updates made in both the desktop and the mobile app. We will start with what you probably noticed first, the dashboard. And so what we've done is we've created more widgets. The widgets are smaller and easier to manage with more information that is helpful. We made it more modular and flexible, broken it down into a smaller component. We made it more volunteer and event focused with the calendar, with today's shifts, volunteers. We made it more productivity minded as far as with reminders and task management. And we made it easier to customize. To customize the widgets, you can click on this icon here, which will allow you to move the widgets however you want in any direction, in any place. And then you can click on this gear, which will let you manage the quick links, where you can position the widgets in any position that you want by clicking the number here or setting the number in the position for the report. And then the widget management, where you can simply check or uncheck the widgets that you want to see. Now you'll notice that there's different dashboards here that we've created. We've got dashboards for role-based use for voter outreach, volunteer management, and fundraising, and we have another one for compliance that will be coming out soon. But what we've done is we've just made it easier for you to kind of quickly get a glance of all the data and all the information that you need that's going on with your organization. So now, since we're already on the menu, let's continue with this and let's look at the menus and the changes that we've made. In the dashboard, we made it only to have dashboards where we actually had reporting tools, data visualization under dashboard. We moved those over to the Universalist voter count reports to put all the actual reports and visualizations together in one place. On the people menu, we made some modifications to the manage volunteers, where we made this page a little bit cleaner. We changed how the filters work, and we made those easier to manage and use multiple filters at the same time. We're also going to be adding the ability to communicate via text message, via emails, or push notifications from this page, but we also remove the app logins password, so there's no more alias or fake logins. So you have to have real accounts, and this ensures greater accountability and cleaner data, and so you know that you have real people behind the data that you're collecting. On the people menu, we also have a similar page to this for donor management. That is the same thing, but it's specific to donors. And then it has different columns for donations made and cumulative and single donations and last donation. We also have events and calendars, which was also there before. One change that we made is with the import-export data, we moved that over to the admin menu, where it feels like it should belong over there. In the universes and lists, there were a couple data settings that we had for the universes, and we moved those options to the admin additional data settings. So now that we have all of those data settings together in one place. So these were kind of logical adjustments that we made that hopefully will be intuitive for you to kind of work through. On the outreach, we have a few new outreach tools. We have peer-to-peer texting that we've added, which is similar to broadcast texting. However, it allows you to maintain a greater relationship with folks as they send text back, and you can continue those conversations. We also have campaign to your friends, or relational tools that we're kind of bringing over our outreach circle functionality into this platform. We have everything ready on the desktop side, and we have a couple more things we're working on the app, but that should be coming very soon to be able to have that full functionality of relational integrated with this platform. We have voter registration, emailing, web forms, and then mobile app management, which is a module that allows you to configure exactly how you wish to utilize the mobile app. So Now we've gone through that outreach, so now let's go to the admin menu. And everything here is pretty much the same as other than the changes that I just mentioned. And so now we can look at a couple things that have changed specifically in outreach with door-to-door canvassing. We made a few changes as far as how this works. I'm going to create a canvassing project 1 where I'm going to put in my canvassing universe, and I'm going to put in a default survey. And now we've changed how the methods go. So now you can do the 6-character code, but you can also do automatic assignments, and you can also do something where you can select turf from a map, as well as you can still do the on the go or the canvas your current location. For this sample, I'm not going to do that, but we can go through here. We're going to save this project, and then we're going to go through some of the other changes that have been made here. So that says that we're looking good. So now we've got our canvassing project, and if we go to the PDI turfs, which we are highly recommending folks do now that precincts are larger, and this is a pre-cut turf for the entire state of California. And so if you go to this option, we now give you the ability to go directly to identifying your high priority turfs. This functionality has actually always been in the program, but we found that people were not taking the extra step to figure out where their priority turfs were. So now they can go directly to this view of the map and see a color-coded version of where their high priority turfs are in this district. And you can see the legend that has the percentiles. So you can use that to figure out where you want to go. It's the same thing as if you clicked here and you used your project, your canvassing project in this capacity. All right, so the other thing, which is a really big new feature in the program, and actually it's not exactly a new feature. We've always had zones, but now we are using them to their full extent of the vision that we had for them. So what we're doing now in this assignment phase of canvassing is we are creating what we're calling assignment zones. And an assignment zone can be something where you have a park here and you want to canvass around this park. So what you can do is you can just highlight these turfs, and then we're going to call this Park Turfs 1, and we will color code these purple, and we will create that. And the other thing that you could do is you could also go in here and say we want to go to where the Latinos are, and we're going to canvass the highest percentage of turfs that are Latinos. We're going to call these Latino turfs, and we will make these orange. All right, so now we're going to save this. And so now we are going to have the most Latino turfs based on the highest percentage there. And then we've got our purple turfs that are around the park. So what we've done is we've created turfs that we want to canvass. And now what we can do is we can attach those to canvassing shifts. So now we are going to exit this process and we can go back to the dashboard, or you can go to the calendar, and we can look at a shift for evening canvassing here. And now we've got everything that is about this shift, and we can go here and say we want to associate this shift with the Park Turf 1. And now all the people that are signed up for this shift can actually make their way, and we can do an auto assignment because we know the people working the shift, we know the turfs, and so we can have new tools to make this a very efficient process. So we have a QR code, and so users can go to that QR code, scan it, and it will take them through the full process of downloading the app, registering, adding their name and email and phone number, and then it will also sign them up for this shift. So people can come in right away, scan the QR code, and literally within a minute and a half, they will be ready with the app, signed up for the shift, and ready to get a canvassing turf assignment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to the app. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my phone, I'm going to scan this QR code, which will put me in for this app. All right, so I just scanned that QR code, and now I am signed up for the shift, and you can see on the mobile app that it says thank you and that it confirms that I am signed up for the shift. This will show you what they will see as far as getting the information for the shift from the app. I'm going to back out here a little bit and give you now a tour of the mobile app. This app is a very different design where most of the apps have been specific to a single focus, whether that be canvassing or relational. It's been one thing or the other. What we've done right now is we're trying to create an app that covers the entire volunteer experience. And so it starts with content, which you can create over here, where you can see this content is a shift or an event that people can sign up for. So you can see the events. You can see different days as far as to sign up for Friday. You could see what events the organization has for that day. And then you can easily register for an event on that day. Come back, and then also from your volunteer management over here, you can see what shifts you're signed up for and find other shifts. So you can go to the content to find shifts, but you can also go to the volunteer tool. So what this app does, in addition to the canvassing, it allows you to see content where you can get other information about the organization, and then you can also manage your volunteer shifts, and they can get reshifted, they'll get reminders, they can confirm, and so it makes it very easy for the canvassers and the volunteers to kind of track what their work schedule is, and we've kind of put all those pieces together. So you've got your home feed where you've got different content, and we're going to go through the content in a second to create other tools as well, or other content blocks. So now if you look at outreach on this app, you could see, in addition to the door-to-door canvassing, we've got phone canvassing, campaign to your friends, texting, voter registration, and even donations. Now, from the mobile app management page over here, from this page, what you can do from the mobile app settings is you can turn any of these on or off. So if you don't want them to see the donation or texting or voter reg, you could turn them all off so they only see the door-to-door canvassing at this time. And then you can grow and you can add new functions as you feel more comfortable and dive into other parts of the program. And hopefully at some point you will embrace all the different features and functionality. So now let's go to the door-to-door canvassing, and this will start looking like the normal PDI app that you're used to. So for this assignment, what we can do is we can click on Go Get Assignment, and you have different options that you've done which reflect what we did when we went to outreach and we did door-to-door canvassing and we created our project, and we had the different options here. And so this is where you control the different options that are going to appear here. So you can actually configure that to work however you want. All right, so the cool thing that you can do is if you click on the selector from a map, you can actually see a map, and you can select the turf that you would like to canvas. So you can find one that's close to where you live, close to where you're going, and it's still within the areas that the organization wants you to canvas. So we can go to this one, we select it, it's 62 voters, 35 houses, and now we are going to request this turf, and now it will make sure that we've got this turf. So now this is assigned. We still have like the sync tool, so that is still there. And now you could see a slightly different card here where we've got an assignment share code. If you click on this, the first thing that you'll see is a share code. So if you want to canvas with another person, you give them this code, and then they can enter that as their 6-character code. They'll get the same canvas that you have. Everything else in the app is pretty much the same as far as the functionality, but we've kind of tackled the core features or the core challenges, which is turf, the prioritization of the turf, and then efficiently making the assignments. So now the last thing that we're going to cover here is the content blocks and show you how that works, because that's, I think, a really cool feature that will make a difference in terms of the relationship between organizations and their volunteers. If you go to Outreach and we go to Mobile App Management, we can go to Create Content Blocks, and we can create a new block. We'll create a standard block, will be about candidate. And so now what we can do here is we can add the text here, and then we can put in any type of picture here that you want. And so now we're going to go there, and we can put in a link to something, and then click here, and now we can save this. And so now we have what we call a content block. So what this allows you to do is kind of create a little bit of content that will redirect them to your website or to any site. You can do any URL, you can do video, you can do survey questions, and so you can create content that will kind of enhance the experience for the volunteers, give them talking points, and really help them make the most out of their volunteer experience. So I hope you see these major changes that we've made in the program. We really want to challenge organizations to take advantage of these tools. There's nothing here that organizations are not doing already in other forms in a more disjointed way, either through different products or post-it notes and wall maps and Google Sheets. But what we're trying to do here is look holistically at the big picture of how campaigns are organized and operate, and help them work more efficiently and more effectively. So thank you very much, and let us know if you have any questions or need help. We are here to help and make this transition as seamless as possible. Thank you.